Just doing something as simple as this and being able to come back here and give this to these kids and these families is really important, and hopefully it starts their academic year off right.
On a lively night at a bustling restaurant, Caitlyn Clark reminded everyone why no one deserves to face abuse, whether verbal or physical. The evening was going smoothly until a young black girl accidentally dropped a glass, shattering it. A waitress, visibly upset, started shouting at her, and soon the situation spiraled. Eventually, the waitress took it further, throwing the girl out. Just as the girl thought her night had turned for the worse, Caitlyn Clark stepped in. What Caitlyn did next left the entire room stunned. Her actions didn't just speak up for the girl, they completely turned her night around. Stick around as we share how Caitlyn Clark defended a young black girl who was unfairly kicked out, changing her experience and sending a powerful message.
Caitlyn's generosity and how it impacts and will impact just hundreds of students in our community. I mean, Caitlyn Clark clearly is one of the most recognizable faces in basketball.
In a bustling Cooper's cafe with bright lights and a lively hum of voices, young Olivia, a 15-year-old black girl, worked diligently, moving from table to table, collecting dishes, wiping surfaces, and keeping the space clean. For Olivia, every shift counted. Each paycheck was a lifeline, helping her single mother make ends meet. The job wasn't glamorous, but Olivia took pride in it, despite the nervousness that followed her each shift. But that evening, things took a turn. Reaching for a glass on the edge of a table, Olivia's fingers trembled slightly, and it slipped, shattering on the floor. Startled, she quickly bent down to gather the pieces, hoping to avoid drawing too much attention. However, her supervisor, Denise, a strict waitress, had noticed and approached with a scowl. Denise scolded Olivia loudly, her words sharp and demeaning, amplifying Olivia's embarrassment. The customers turned to watch, some muttering under their breath, while Olivia tried to apologize, her voice barely audible. But Denise's words only grew harsher until, in a shocking moment, she struck Olivia on the cheek and ordered her to leave the cafe. Embarrassed and hurt, Olivia collected herself, nodded, and walked out, fighting back tears. Olivia found refuge in a small shed nearby, sitting alone to collect her thoughts. Unknown to her, Caitlyn Clark, a well-known basketball player and philanthropist, had been dining in the cafe with friends and witnessed the entire scene. Unwilling to ignore the girl's unfair treatment, Caitlyn excused herself and went outside, spotting Olivia in the shed. Caitlyn approached carefully, introducing herself gently, and Olivia, still shaken, shared her story. She told Caitlyn about the struggles her single mother faced and how she had left school to help support their small family. Caitlyn listened intently, moved by Olivia's courage and dedication. She then handed Olivia a card with her contact information and encouraged her to ask her mother to reach out. Caitlyn assured her that she wanted to help and that this card could be the beginning of something positive. That evening, Olivia returned home and shared everything with her mother. Surprised and emotional, her mother read the name on the card, Caitlyn Clark, and couldn't believe that someone so influential had taken an interest in her daughter's future. The next day, Olivia's mother called Caitlyn, and soon they arranged a meeting. When Olivia and her mother entered Caitlyn's office, they were greeted with warmth and compassion. Caitlyn spoke sincerely about her desire to help Olivia get back into school and offered to cover her tuition so she could focus on her studies. Additionally, she invited Olivia to join a youth sports program that Caitlyn supported, an opportunity that could open doors beyond Olivia's imagination. Overwhelmed with gratitude, Olivia and her mother left Caitlyn's office with a renewed sense of hope. This single act of kindness and support marked a turning point, offering them the chance to move beyond survival and look toward a brighter future. In the lively, bustling Cooper's Cafe, where the lights shone brightly and the sound of chatter filled the air, 15-year-old Olivia, a hard-working black teenager, moved swiftly through her shift, clearing tables and keeping the cafe spotless. Every hour she worked helped her single mother cover bills, making this job her lifeline. Though it wasn't glamorous, Olivia took pride in it, even as nerves trailed her every step. That evening, a small accident changed everything. While reaching for a glass near the edge of a table, her fingers slipped, sending it crashing to the floor. Olivia quickly bent to clean up, but her supervisor, Denise, caught sight. With a fierce glare, Denise marched over, scolding Olivia loudly, her words stinging with each remark. Customers began to stare, and Olivia's quiet apologies only seemed to fuel Denise's anger. In a moment that shocked everyone, Denise slapped Olivia across the cheek, ordering her to leave. Embarrassed and heartbroken, Olivia slipped out of the cafe, tears in her eyes. Olivia found a small shed nearby and sat inside, trying to gather her thoughts. She didn't know that Caitlyn Clark, a renowned basketball player and advocate, had seen the whole thing from her seat in the cafe. Concerned, Caitlyn stepped outside and gently approached Olivia. Introducing herself, she asked about Olivia's story, listening as Olivia explained the hardships she and her mother faced, and how she had even left school to help make ends meet. Touched by Olivia's resilience, Caitlyn handed her a card and asked her to have her mother call her. This card, Caitlyn explained, could be a new start. When Olivia showed her mother the card later that night, her mom's eyes widened with hope. The following day, she called Caitlyn, and soon they arranged a meeting. At Caitlyn's office, they were welcomed warmly. Caitlyn spoke openly about her desire to support Olivia's education, offering to cover her tuition to help her return to school. She also invited Olivia to join a youth sports program she funded, opening doors to new opportunities. Olivia and her mother left with immense gratitude, their hearts lighter than ever. Caitlyn's kindness had turned their lives around, shifting them from survival to a future filled with possibilities. And soon the situation spiraled. Eventually, the waitress took it further, throwing the girl out. Just as the girl thought her night had turned for the worse, Caitlyn Clark stepped in. What Caitlyn did next left the entire room stunned. Her actions didn't just speak up for the girl, they completely turned her night around. Stick around as we share how Caitlyn Clark defended a young black girl who was unfairly kicked out, changing her experience and sending a powerful message. In a bustling Cooper's cafe, with bright lights and a lively hum of voices, young Olivia, a 15-year-old black girl, worked diligently, moving from table to table, collecting dishes, wiping surfaces, and keeping the space clean. For Olivia, every shift counted. Each paycheck was a lifeline, helping her single mother make ends meet. The job wasn't glamorous, but Olivia took pride in it, despite the nervousness that followed her each shift.